Councilmember Ania,
Here.
Councilmember Schlong,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Gastineau,
Here.
Mayor Hawley.
Here. Thank you. Would you please rise with me and we'll go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay, ready? Begin. Okay, thank you. Under acknowledgements, we have no acknowledgements this evening. Under the consent calendar, we have the approval of the regular meeting minutes of November 3rd, receiving and filing the warrant claims list for October 25 through November 7, receiving and filing the biweekly payroll reports for the periods ending November 1 and paid on November 7, receiving and filing monthly budget to actual financial report of the city's major operating funds for the month of October 2014, and considering and approving an employment agreement for the interim police chief Floyd Stokes.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and approved to, not moved and approved, moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar. I failed to ask for any public comment. Does anyone have any public comment on the consent calendar? Okay, seeing no public comment, then we'll go ahead and bring it back. Any other discussion amongst the council? No? Okay, would you please poll the vote?
Councilmember Ania,
Yes.
Councilmember Schlong,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Gastineau,
Yes.
Mayor Hawley.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, under reports and presentations, we have none this evening. Well, in a sense we do later on, but that's not really what it's for. The public comment period then is next. Any member of the audience is invited to address the City Council on any matter that is within the jurisdiction of the City of Crescent City. Comments of public interest or on matters appearing on the agenda are accepted. Note, however, that the Council is not able to undertake extended discussion or act on non-agendized items. Such items can be referred to staff for appropriate action, which may include placement on a future agenda. Any comments that are not at the microphone are out of order and will not be a part of the public record. After receiving recognition from myself, please state your name and city or county residency for the record. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes. So do we have any public comment this evening? Yes.
Scott Feller, District Representative to Senator Jim Nielsen. And Your Honor, the Mayor, could I have you come down here?
Yes. Kind of unusual.
On behalf of Senator Jim Nielsen and the California State Senate, we have a certificate of recognition for you. To Richard Hawley, Mayor, City of Crescent City, 2014, acknowledgement of your community service and support for the many worthwhile contributions you have made to the benefit and lives and livelihoods of the citizens of Del Norte County. Jim Nielsen.
Very nice. Thanks. Okay, that's very nice, and please thank the senator for me. That's beautiful. Okay, any other public comment? Okay, seeing no other public comment, we'll go ahead and close the public comment period. And at this time, we're going to adjourn and go to the Housing Authority part of our agenda. And so let me get to that. Okay, under the Housing Authority, we can dispense with roll call. The same people are here that were here before. Under the consent calendar, we have approval of the regular meeting minutes from October 20, 2014, and approval of the warrant claims from October 30, 2014 through November 7th. Any public comment on the consent calendar on the Housing Authority? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back, and I'd entertain a motion.
I move to accept the 2 items on the consent calendar.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar. Any further discussion? Okay, would you please poll the vote?
Board Member Ania,
Yes.
Board Member Schlong,
Yes.
Vice Chair Gastineau,
Yes.
and Chair Hawley.
Yes. Okay, we have no housing director's report, business items, public hearing, continuing business, new business, It is time, apparently, to adjourn the Housing Authority. So I'll go ahead and adjourn the Housing Authority, but we will reconvene as the successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency. Let me get to that. Okay. Again, I called the meeting to order for the successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency. The roll call, I think we can dispense with. The same people are here. Communications, there are none. Public comment period. Any public comment on our items here? Okay, very good. The consent calendar is approval of the regular meeting minutes of October 20, 2014, and approval of the warrant claims from October 30, 2014 through November 7, 2014.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any public comment on the consent calendar again? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring this back. Would you please poll the vote?
Board Member Ania?
Yes.
Board Member Schlong?
Yes.
Vice Chair Gastineau?
Yes.
Chair Holly?
Yes, thank you. We have no presentations, old business, new business, public hearings, but we do have an executive director's report. Did you want to say anything? I think I saw it. Where are we going? Mr. Palazzo?
Thank you, Board Chair Hawley. The Executive Director's Report I included in your packet. There are items from the last successor agency meeting. I just highlighted the actions that were taken. You know, in summary, they approved the loan request and then also the property transfer to the city.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any questions of Mr. Palazzo? Okay, thank you. So, seeing that, I think it is at this time appropriate to go ahead and adjourn the successor agency and return to our regular meeting agenda of the Crescent City City Council. So, next on the Crescent City's City Council agenda, we have public hearings. There are none. Continuing business, there are none. So here we go. This is our new business. The first item of new business is the swearing in of new interim police chief Floyd Stokes by Deputy City Clerk. Mr. Palazzo.
Yeah, and Mayor Hawley, good evening. I'd like to address items 8, 9, and 10 just real briefly to the council, and then we can get on to the ceremonial.
Okay, can I go ahead then and announce the other two?
Yes, please.
The other two is the swearing in of new police sergeants Justin Gill and Joseph Sullivan by Deputy City Clerk. And number 10 is swearing in of new police officer Alex Pearson by the Deputy City Clerk. Go ahead, Mr.
And we've had quite a few changes within our police department, and the last. Stand up. Quite a few changes within the police department in the last few months. We have had an interim police chief come in, Chief Barry. His last day was Friday. We really appreciate his time and service with us for 3 months, and he did a great job, for us. During that time period, we were out, recruiting for a new police chief. We're still in that recruitment process. We solicited and went out to get another interim police chief. Talk with Mr. Stokes. Floyd Stokes has over 40 years of experience working in police departments. He most recently in 2008 retired from Trinidad as the chief of police. Currently he is a owner of Investigative Services Stokes and Associates. He also teaches at the Redwood Community College, has a lot of experience. Several of our officers already know him. He does our certifications for our K-9 units. He comes, to us with a lot of experience, and very pleased to have him on board to help us, keep moving forward within the police department. As everybody knows, we've had a new sheriff election, and Sergeant Apperson will be leaving our department. During the budget time, we asked for a second sergeant. We did an internal recruitment with departure of Sergeant Apperson, decided to hire, do 2 internal recruitments. We kind of went through a process and had 2 applicants apply. They passed our panel interview, and Justin Gill, Officer Gill, and Officer Sullivan tonight will be sworn in as our 2 new sergeants. along with the vacancy that I'll have in the police department with Sergeant Amperson leaving. We've had Officer Pearson, who's been a reserve officer going through our field training officer program, done a really great job in the field, and we'd like to move him into a permanent position as an officer. And so those are some changes in our police department. It's really positive changes for us, and so tonight we appreciate the swearing in.
Okay,
Any
thank you.
questions?
Any questions or comments? Okay. Kimmy, would you like to proceed then?
Do you have somebody that you'd like to?
Yes, my wife and my daughter are here. I don't know which one said they were going to do the honors,
So,
but I guess my wife.
All right. All right. Please repeat after me. I,
I,
Floyd Stokes,
Lloyd Stokes,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation, correction, repeat,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties on which I am about to enter. She didn't want to do this because she's taller.
I have a hammer. Thank you. Chief Stokes, would you like to say anything this evening?
If I may, I'd
Okay.
appreciate that. It's an honor to be here. I've been back and forth to Crescent City for a number of years now. I have people in the department that I respect highly. I respect your city manager and the goals of your city. I'm just thrilled to see the stable, strong police department that you have, and I'm really looking forward to working with it to help it moving forward until you find a permanent chief.
Thank you,
Thank
sir,
you.
and thank you for your help.
If I could call up Officer Gill and Officer Sullivan. Hi guys, are you ready? All right, raise your hand, repeat after me. I, please state your name. I can tell. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
that I will bear true faith
And I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California.
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
All right, do you have someone that you'd like to pin you?
I hope you guys are a little more excited out on the street.
I don't know.
And before you sit down, would either of you like to say a word or two? Keep it under a half hour.
Do it at one time, too.
Yeah, yeah, you can. You can just trade off.
Well, I already told these two gentlemen the other night, but I wanted to say congratulations. You guys are the epitome of good officers, and you have great families, and I know that you both have a passion for this community, so I feel safer living here knowing that you're out there. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Pearson. Raise your right hand. I,
I,
Alex Pearson,
Alex Pearson,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
It's really nice to see young people from Crescent City go away to the police academy, come back, become a reserve officer for our city, and do a lot of work. I've seen him out on the streets, a lot of hours for very little pay, and to be dedicated enough that he is now a full-time officer. So congratulations.
Officer Pearson, did you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you to the officers
Thank you. Very nice. Okay, so that was a nice tribute. So going on to the election results, number 11. We're to consider the adoption of resolution number 2014-43, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Crescent City, California, reciting the fact that the City of Crescent City election with the consolidated general election held on November 4, 2014, certifying the result and such other matters as provided by law. Mr. Palazzo, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I don't have anything on this. It's, let the council adopt this resolution.
Okay.
I would move to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second to approve resolution number 2014-43. Could we please, I'll ask if there's any public comment. This ought to be interesting. Any public comment? Okay, seeing none, then we'll bring it back. Any other discussion amongst the council? Very good. Would you please poll the vote?
Councilmember Ania?
Yes.
Councilmember Schlong?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Gastineau?
Yes.
Mayor Hawley?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, the next matter on our agenda is recognizing outgoing council member Kelly Shalong. Kelly Shalong is the council member to my right. Really? Yeah. Actually, you didn't know that. Actually,
Thanks for reminding me.
we have an official proclamation, and we included a lot on here. My original intention was to go ahead and have Kelly say a few things about each accomplishment, and then I realized that Thanksgiving's only a week and a half away, and we'd never be able to visit with our families. But I would like to read this, because Kelly, as you'll hear, has been prolific in her contributions to the city and the surrounding community. So this is an official proclamation of from the City of Crescent City. Whereas Kelly Shalong has served this community well for many years in numerous capacities, with 8 years as a member of the City Council, including 2 years serving as mayor. And whereas these years of service have been marked by exemplary dedication to the best interests of the community, as she has worked constantly for the betterment of its economic, cultural, and aesthetic development. And whereas through her background and leadership, she has served on and contributed significantly to a wide range of related committees and commissions, including the Border Coast Regional Airport Authority, the City Audit Committee, the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, to include Sea Cruise Co-Chair, 4th of July Chair, Crab Races Chair, Barbecue Wars Chair, Economic Summit Chair, and the Del Norte Solid Waste Management Authority, the Elk Valley Rancheria Infrastructure Committee, the Harbor Ad Hoc Committee, the Healthcare District 2x2 Committee, the Intergovernmental Relations Committee, the Local Agency Formation Commission, the Local Transportation Commission, the Pelican Bay State Prison Recycling Task Force, the Redwood Empire Division of the League of California Cities, the Redwood Coast Transit Authority, the Sutter Coast Strategic Options Committee, and the Tri-Agency Economic Development Authority. There's cupcakes if you need to stay awake. Okay, and whereas she has worked tirelessly to make our whole community a better place through her involvement in the Blue Ribbon Tourism and Marketing Committee, CASA Board of Directors, County versus Cancer, Crescent City and Del Norte Visitors Bureau founding member, the Del Norte High School Safe and Sober Committee, JC's Basketball Tournament Committee, Junior Miss Director, Redwood Coast Rodeo Committee, and Rockin' It Rowdy and Rotary. And whereas she has earned the admiration and high regard of those with whom she has come into contact and the affection of her fellow public service, who are proud to call her friend. And whereas her performance of the duties and responsibilities of a member of the City Council has been characterized by excellent and constructive contributions to municipal government in our city. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council for the City of Crescent City, and on behalf of all our citizens, does hereby express our sincere appreciation and thanks to Kelly Shalong for her distinguished service to the community, and highly commend her for the manner in which she has carried out her duties and responsibilities. Adopted by the City Council on November 17, 2014. So, thank you. So, thank you all. First, we have the acknowledgement that I just read in a plaque, or, excuse me, in a frame suitable for hanging. You can hang yourself on that if you want.
Not yet.
Also, the city has has been able to give a special gift for those that have contributed significantly to the city, and certainly, as you can tell by that proclamation, that is Kelly in a nutshell. So we have a nice commemorative picture. The picture says, Kelly Schlong, thank you for 8 years of dedicated service to our community. So, thank you, Kelly. Okay, we're not finished with Kelly.
Time for the roast.
Yeah, it's time for the roast.
I deserve it.
I know Mr. Feller, excuse me, Scott Feller, the local representative for the senator, would like to come up. Thank you.
Councilwoman Shalon, can you come on down? Senator Nielsen also sends his thanks, but he sends it with a certificate of recognition. It's a little bit different one from the one we gave the mayor. Kelly Shalong, an acknowledgement of your community support for the many worthwhile contributions you have made to benefit the lives and livelihoods of the citizens of Del Norte County by serving as a member of the City Council for 8 years and as a mayor for 2 years, and your tireless involvement in many community organizations, including the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, Sea Cruise, Economic Summit, 4th of July events, CASA Board of Directors, crab races, Del Norte Solid Waste Management Authority, Intergovernmental Relations Committee, the Local Transportation Committee, Redwood Coast Transit Authority, Tri-Agency Economic Development Authority, numerous committees, organizations, and events, honoring, helping, and making other lives better by your distinguished service. That's a big thank you. I've never seen a senator do that on anything before. Hey.
Thank you, Mr. Feller. I received an email from Ted Ward, who's the acting director of the Solid Waste Management Authority, and he wanted me to note that he has appreciated Ms. Shalong's service. As a part of her service as an authority commissioner, she was instrumental in the development and negotiation of the trash and recyclables collections contract with Recology Del Norte. This agreement dramatically expanded the types of recycling materials, including recycling for all residents and no additional charge, and introduced a brush collection service. The process details and contract language leading to these new services were all quite intricate, and Ms. Shalong was thorough and professional in navigating these complicated issues for the public benefit. So that's from Mr. Ward, so that's nice. And since Kelly is such a special and dedicated person, does anyone else have anything they'd like to? Oh, boy, some things came up quickly. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Susan Doherty from the Border Coast Regional Airport Authority. I'm the airport program manager. And I'm here this evening to recognize and thank Councilwoman Shalong for the years she served as a Crescent City Commissioner on the Authority Board. Councilwoman Shalong's years on the board saw the authority during its early days and through environmental assessments on both the runway safety area and the terminal project, and through the design phase of the terminal. And someday when that terminal is finally built, and it will be built, Councilwoman Shalong can take real pride in knowing that her input was there in the interior and the exterior design of that building. The Border Coast Regional Airport Authority Chairman Finnegan is at the annual CSAC meeting, so he can't be here tonight, but he sends his thanks and appreciation. And in his absence, it's my honor to present this certificate of appreciation to Ms. Shalong. It's not really long like all of your guys's, but it has an airplane on it.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Palmer. So is Mr. Palmer here? Yeah, I'm here. Did you want to, I'm sorry, Charlie, did you want to go ahead? Charlie, you're up. You're up.
Jeff's still sitting, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Charlie Helms on behalf of the Crescent City Harbor District. I won't be as eloquent as Mayor Holly or Commissioner Feller, and if I had a certificate, it'd have a boat on it, and I'll probably get that to you tomorrow. But really, on behalf of everybody at the harbor and everybody in the community, the support that you gave, the reconstruction after the complete desolation, and always working, and everything you did, I haven't been in the community that long, but your efforts really were so key in getting this harbor rebuilt and getting things to where they are today that I wanted to express my appreciation and the appreciation of everybody at the harbor and in the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Let's see, introduce yourself, please.
Doug Clack. Evening. Kelly Shalong, I wish I could top what Mayor Holly and everyone else before me have said as far as your accomplishments are concerned, but in the last 11 years that I was here, sat in the back and knew exactly what you went through every single day in preparing for the council meeting, the budget workshops, and all of the committees that you have been involved in. I don't think the people in the community understand the time commitment not only you, but everybody else puts into this. And it should not go unnoticed, because as a staff person, we knew that if anybody was going to have any questions and there were going to be some hard questions to be asked, you were going to be the one to do it, because you did the preparation, you did the work, and you did the follow-up. And not only did you put together your leadership as well as your commitment to the community, but you raised a remarkable young man who's now serving the U.S. Army. And those are accomplishments that should not go unnoticed. So I personally want to tell you how much I am proud of you, how much I appreciate your leadership, your commitment to the community, and your ability to be able to lead this community to very positive issues that have been plaguing it for some time to fruition. So thank you very much. I have here flowers for you to state that your appreciation is very well noticed by me and everybody else. I wish I could take this credit, but I can't. So why don't you talk to your remarkable son who's on the phone here.
Oh, my.
And he could not show up tonight.
Oh.
Hey, son. Thank you. Oh, you're in so much trouble. Okay, thank you. We're all so proud of you. Son, I love you. All right. Okay, be safe. Okay, love you too. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Mr. Palmer, top that.
I don't think I can follow that. That was very touching. My name's Jeff Palmer. I'm the Executive Director of the Crescent City Del Norte County Chamber of Commerce and the Visitors Bureau. And if we had 100 committees, I would need a larger plaque, because I'm sure Council Member Shalong would have served on every one of them. But she has served on every committee that we have had. I'm going to tell a little story, I guess, since your proclamation, Mayor Holly, pretty much summed everything up and listed all her accomplishments. I moved here in February of 2005 from Grants Pass. I was recruited by the former publisher of the Del Norte, well, back then Daily Triplicate, And I had heard Kelly's name even before I moved here. I think she had hired me to go up against this hotshot salesperson from KCRE Radio. And I think this newspaper publisher thought that maybe this newspaper salesperson would be the person that could do that. But I don't know if I was, but I never realized that at that time that for the next 9 years, Kelly and I would be involved in so many things through the Chamber of Commerce. Actually, the first time I met you was at the crab races in 2005. Michelle wanted to make a point to introduce me to you, but you were too busy running around because I'm sure you were the chairperson. So it's going to be kind of weird because I was elected to the board of directors of the Chamber in 2006. So we have been involved in a lot of things. I was involved with the Visitors Bureau in the beginning as well. I know you're on the grassroots committees. So it's going to be kind of weird not to see you either on the board of directors of the chamber or up here on the city council. But based on the last couple things you've done, Rockin' It Rowdy and Country Against Cancer, I think it's safe to say that the city's not done with you or you're not done with this city. So that's a good thing. So I do want to personally thank you, not just on behalf of myself, but the Chamber of Commerce for those 8.5, 9 years of service and dedication that you've given to the Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Nia, were you going to say something on behalf of the Transportation Commission? Is that what I understood?
I'll just keep it short. Kelly, of course, has been on our Transportation Committee in the past, and always does an excellent job. And she is total dedication to the city and to our community. And we just, on behalf of the Transportation Commission, thank you.
Thank you. So is there anyone else that'd like to say a couple of words, or we'll let Kelly say a few? Anyone else? Yes. Oh, okay.
I'm Glenna Cravey. I'm Kelly's mom. I'm not, when she invited me to this, she said, don't look at her because you cry, but you already did that. So I'm so proud of you, Kelly.
Thank you. Okay, I think then if there's no one else that has a driving need to come to the podium, I will turn this over to Kelly for a few minutes. Kelly.
Thank you. I'm not sure I can even follow all of that. I made some notes. I'm not even going to read them because you have covered a lot tonight of what I've been involved in, but I was raised in a small town called Bandon, Oregon, and my mom moved here, and I stayed in Bandon and was raised by my dad, a logger, and raised in a very conservative home, very strict values, and who knew that a little girl from Bandon, Oregon would grow up to become the mayor of the city of Crescent City. Sometimes I still sit back and think about how that happened.
Twice.
Twice. And from everything that was read tonight, it sounds like I need to get a life. I'm pretty proud of this city. You know, in 2006, when I was elected, we had severe issues with our finances and a lot of staff turnover. And, you know, fast forward through 8 years, you have no idea when you become a city council person, Mr. Inscore, that you become basically a mini expert in all facets of city business, from everything from environmental reviews to personnel issues to MOU contracts with police departments to, legal issues to, multi-million-dollar contracts. And nobody's perfect, and we all, everybody that sits up here behind this dais, we sit here because we're very passionate about this community. And, we don't always make the decision that everybody likes, but we all try very hard to be educated. My whole goal being up here was to always try to educate myself, listen, and then make the best decision that I can, and hope that even if it doesn't make a difference today, that it's going to make a difference for our kids down the road, because that's why we're all here today, is to just pay it forward to our kids, and that's how I feel. We've accomplished so much in 8 years. I couldn't even try to list everything, but everything from remodeling our pool to building, a very controversial wastewater treatment plant that will hopefully serve this city for decades to come, to, our beachfront park master plan and Front Street master plan. And we have cleaned up this community tremendously through our blight program, and I really am in high hopes that this council will continue to go down that path of beautifying our city. We've made wonderful partnerships with the Crescent City Harbor District, with both of our tribes, with the JPAs that we're involved with, doing business together with not only, I think we're the only, if not the only, we were the first JPA in our country to start like a government agency that involved our city, our county, the city and the county, city of Brookings and the county of Oregon, and our tribes. The first ever to have a JPA where we crossed that state line and included tribes all working together to create a better airport terminal and runway safety area for our community. And that was a committee that I really enjoyed working on. One of the things that I'm probably most proud of is when I was the mayor, a few things actually, but I held 2 town hall meetings that were day-long events that included members of the community to get input on what our goals as city council people should be. And I'm proud to say that that was basically the backbone of what started the strategic plan for this city, that Mr. Palazzo was able to take some of that background and build upon it. And that strategic, 5-year strategic plan that this city council has now is what we work with on an annual basis to evaluate where we're at and to get more input from the community. So if we need to change our goals, we can. And our staff is amazing. They live, breathe, and eat that strategic plan because it's tied to their personnel evaluations. And so I think that was a really great process. 2 of my most memorable moments, one being celebrating the 100th birthday of Lloyd Perkins at his request, and the other being giving those Medal of Honors to our firefighters and first responders when Anthony Bookhamer suffered a very tragic fire where his mother passed away. This last 8 years, there's been a lot of challenges before our city, but we've done some amazing things. And one of the things that I think is the most incredible thing about this city are the people that live in it. And, I really hope that as the new council takes a seat here, that we all work together. The name calling and the recalls and those kinds of things, it doesn't have to be. It's a democracy. We can have different opinions, but to do it together, we all live in the same community, and we're all here for the same reason. We want good things for our future. None of the things that we've done over the past 8 years and that this council will do moving forward can be done without the staff of the city of Crescent City. Mr. Jim Barnes is here tonight, and he's one of my most favorite people. He worked tirelessly for our city. John Cochran, who no longer works for us, is another person who did a great job for us. But today we have a tremendous team. Everybody from, the janitors and the people out there. We have 2 guys that take care of like 22 acres of park. We have, is that right? I'm going to go with it. We have, very small staff, and they all wear so many hats, and they don't make a lot of money, and they come to work every day because they love this city, and they love raising their families here. Our police department is amazing. I love seeing these young people here. I was very honored to be at their graduation not too long ago from the Redwood Coast Leadership Academy, and you are our future. And I hope you all come back here one day after you go to college or to the police academy and work and raise your families here, because this really is a great place to live. I've made some tremendous friends. Mr. Apperson and Mr. Plack have been mentors to my son, and I will always be grateful for that. And I congratulate you. Very sorry to see you leave our city, but I congratulate you and I wish you the best. I couldn't think of a better person to move our county forward as the new sheriff. This whole journey started back in 2006 when my son was 11 years old. And today he's serving our country. And I couldn't be more proud. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Before I'm done, thank you for being here, Mama. And I want to congratulate Mr. Ania on his reelection and Mr. Inscore. It's a wonderful journey. There will be many challenges, but I have to say it's one of the best things I've ever been a part of. So congratulations.
Thank you, Kelly. Kelly, I appreciate that segue. We'll be moving on then. Again, congratulations from all of us.
Thank you so much to everybody for everything you said tonight. You'll never know how much it means to me.
Okay, we need to move on to the installation of the council members. Blake Inscore and Rich Ania, Deputy City Clerk, will administer the oaths of office. It's whatever's convenient. Okay. Why don't we do that simultaneously if we could? I think we could. Yeah, if we just wait just a second. Okay. Sorry. No, no. I hope you all don't think that was cold. But tradition has it that when someone is sworn in, then they get to take a seat on the dais, and we had to make that possible. So, Kimmy, I'm sorry for the interruption, but please continue.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Okay, welcome. This is where you sit for now? Thank you. Mr. Inscore, did you have anything you wanted to say right off the bat?
I will just say this, that Kelly has raised the bar. I told her just before the meeting started, I said, in this process, I wanted to call and talk to you, but I chose not to, and I'll tell you why. Because if I'd asked you what was all involved in this, I know you would have told me the truth, and I'd have backed out. But I'll call you now. And so if I can represent this city as well as Kelly has, then I'm going to have done my job. So thank you for setting the bar high. I like a goal, and so I appreciate that, and I appreciate the rest of this council. At least two of you I have had a chance to serve with previously on the Planning Commission, and so thank you, Crescent City, for the opportunity to serve you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Ania would like to say a couple of words.
Just a couple of things. I'd like to thank the community for once again having the faith in me and voting me for a second term, and going around our community, and I did every single street in our city, and it's nice to know that the people in our community are following or like what we're doing as a council. And number one, of course, is blight. As we work on that, and you can see it around our community, you can see our new businesses coming in. We work together as a community, and that's what community is working together to achieve some goals. And sometimes it seems like Crescent City is all by itself in the state, and nobody thinks about us, but we can get things done by just working together as a community. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next matter of business is the no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do the selection of the mayor and mayor pro tempore for 2014-15 year in accordance with City Council Resolution 1991-10. Before we get to that, though, I tried to think of a time when I could just say a few words about my last year, and I had thought a lot about this, so I'm just going to read this. It won't take but a minute, but it has been my honor to serve as the mayor of Crescent City over the past year. We have accomplished much and are in the midst of doing even more. I've appreciated the professional and business-like way the council, our city manager, and city staff go about taking care of day-to-day business while strategically planning for the future. We have attempted to keep the public appraised of our activities, but unfortunately our successes are normally only reported at our meetings, so they seem fragmented to most observers. Therefore, I want to take a few minutes to remind all of us of the accomplishments of the last year, some of which may have begun in prior years and some of which are still to be completed. I am particularly impressed with the success of the city in procuring a wide range of grants. Anyone who has done grant work knows it can be difficult, time-consuming, and frustrating. That said, we do have a stellar record. Please join me in taking a quick look at some of our grant activity. Coastal Access Grant Award from the Coastal Conservancy, $125,000 to improve beach access to Howell Park East. CDBG Community Services Block Grant, Development Block Grant, awarded to improve the pool facilities, remodel the Head Start building, work on the B Street sewer line, and support Harrington House and the RHS Food Bank, $1,943,863. USDA Rural Development Grant for Safety Vehicles, $48,100. Shoreline RV Park Reconstruction Grant, $777,690. Grants to provide security, barricades, and a message board, $26,480. Proposition 50 project completion at the wastewater treatment facility, saving ratepayers $910,000. Fire hall seismic retrofit project was awarded for $686,968, and the completion of the Second Street sewer project saved the taxpayers $1.2 million. So in total, the activity I just mentioned saved the tax and ratepayers $5,718,000. And most importantly, it will continue to make our community a better place to live. Still, I recognize it's not all about money. Over the last year, the council and the city supported the passage of measures F and C at our recent election. We passed ordinances associated with limiting the influx of tobacco and alcohol retailers. We launched a WeTip program to encourage the public to help us identify and prosecute criminals. We established a budget with a reasonable reserve to assure that we could provide services in the event of an emergency. We assisted in successfully opposing the proposed mining project on a tributary of the Smith River that might have negatively impacted our water source. We continue to be active in eliminating blight throughout our city. Evidence of our efforts is readily apparent through the removal of motels and housing units that were substandard. There's still much to be done, and the city is absolutely resolute in eliminating the blight that all of us see each day. Perhaps most importantly, we have accomplished all this while doing the day-to-day activities that make the city of Crescent City a great place to live. So I will always remember and appreciate being your mayor. Thank you. Okay, now that pontificating is done, we will go forward then with our election for our mayor and mayor pro tem. So I believe we should do the mayor first.
Mr. Mayor, I would nominate Mr. Gastineau as our mayor.
Okay, we have a nomination for Mr. Gastineau to be the mayor for the next year. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Okay, Mr. Insgord seconds that. I don't know if we have public comment for this kind of thing, but I don't think we will tonight. So we have a motion and a second before us. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, would you please poll the vote?
Councilmember Ania.
Yes?
Councilmember Inscore.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Gastineau.
Yes.
Mayor Hawley.
Yes. Thank you and welcome, Mayor.
So many changing seats up here. Oh, thank you. Okay, well, on to selecting our mayor pro tem. Do I have any nominations?
I'll move to elect Mr. Ania as the mayor pro tem.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second, and let's pull the vote, please.
Let's see if I can do this.
We move it around.
Okay, I believe Councilmember Ania,
Yes.
Councilmember Hawley,
Yes.
Councilmember Inscore.
Yes.
And Mayor Gastineau.
Thank you, yes.
All right, very good.
Okay. Now, you guys can switch seats.
You going here?
Yeah, we can have to be. Okay, very interesting, great night. You can stick around, we just have a few more items on the agenda. We have city council items, we have legislative matters. Consider miscellaneous legislative matters pertinent to the city of Crescent City, authorize the mayor to sign and appropriate letters. And Mr. Palazzo, We could wait for a second while they clear out and get back to city. Don't have to stay, but appreciate it if you would. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you all.
Well, they did get the important business out.
Yeah, we don't have new ones ordered yet, so I was told to rig something for the evening. Really? And then of course I don't want to get in there.
Yeah, we know. Okay. Mr. Palazzo.
Oh, that's right, you're doing it.
Way to go. Former Mayor Hawley. Mr. Palazzo, are there any legislative items we need to discuss?
I have nothing to report tonight. Thank
Nothing to report.
We waited for that.
And we have no city manager report? That's okay. This is business. Do we have any reports, concerns, referrals from the council, travel, or training reports from anybody? Anybody want to start?
No.
No reports? No reports?
Well, I wrote down a few things, I think. I'll do it quickly.
I can't
All
see
right.
you.
Went to the Solid Waste Management Authority meeting, and airport runway extension groundbreaking occurred, and that was a really, really fine occasion. That was a big accomplishment to break ground for the new airport, and I was glad to be a part of that. Actually, Councilmember Schlong and Councilmember Murray were both there as well. I attended the Veterans Day Parade and the Veterans Day dinner that evening, and it was a special time, and we owe the vets so much, and it was nice to spend some time with them. The Transportation Commission, Finance Committee had a meeting, as well as the Intergovernmental Relations Committee and the Local Transportation Commission meeting. And also, I attended the Chamber of Commerce mixer at that changed things, didn't it? Chamber of Commerce meeting at the Del Norte High School and the music room. So they had the steel band play. And they're just a most impressive bunch of young musicians, and it was a very nice affair. And so I was glad to do that, and then afterward, we had a little pizza party with outgoing interim police chief Scott Berry. So that was what I wanted to report on. Thank you.
Definitely had a lot going on. Anybody else want to report anything?
Just a couple of things, the Transportation Commission that I went to also, and also the Chamber Mixer in the veterans. I went to the Veterans Day Parade and the dinner, and there must have been maybe 200 people at the dinner. It was very well received, and it's always nice to honor our veterans. And also, one last thing that I went, that I guess Rick didn't, is the playoff football game where I got drenched, but we won. And Del Norte's next game is Saturday in Novato, so we wish them luck.
Great. Mr. Inscar?
Mayor, I'd like to just mention too, at the Veterans Dinner, Mr. Palazzo, Mr. Ani, and I all attended, and I was able to read the proclamation on behalf of the vets that was passed earlier by the city council.
I did read that in the paper.
Thank you.
Well, I did also attend the Solid Waste Management Authority meeting and the Veterans Parade, like the rest of us. And as mayor now, I would also like to thank Ms. Shalong for her years of service. She's always been a rock to me. And, I should have said this before, but I would have been in tears also if I would have done this. And definitely, you're going to be missed because of your knowledge and your steadfastness has been a rock to this council for the years you've been. So, thank you much for your service. On that, we will adjourn to our next scheduled meeting, which will be December 2nd. December 1st? I know I still got a plan for my classes coming up. So December 1st, after Thanksgiving, everybody have a very safe and bountiful Thanksgiving with your families. And we are done.